Hey, do you want to go see a movie? I'm feeling fat and sassy. Do you? Yeah, yeah!
Welcome everybody to MogTalk episode 120. Today we are doing a community spotlight with one of my favorite YouTubers here, Golden Tot. Before we get into that, I do want you guys to know, if you have never watched this show before, MogTalk is a show based around the Final Fantasy XIV community, discussing anything from savage raiding to chocobo racing to making silly videos about Lalafels. And today our subject is the content creator Golden Tot, or Golden Tate, as I thought. It's not Golden Tate, right?
No, I hate football.
Okay, just making sure. We're on the same page here. We only support real men's sports like Counter-Strike.
Hardcore rating.
Hardcore rating. Yes, savage world rating is all we care about, guys. We don't give a crap about football and basketball and all that crud. But yeah, today, guys, we're going to be discussing everything about this wonderful man. Can you tell everybody kind of who you are and what you do?
Well, my name is Denmo McStronghuge, and I make the Basically X series. So if you've ever seen like Basically Black Mage, that's me. I'm Denmo. Some people get me confused with Zepla as well. Also a really good content creator. I think they made I can't think of anything else to just run this joke into the ground. My name is Tate. Hello. GoldenTot on Twitch and YouTube. I make videos and I stream daily. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. That's about it.
That's it. That's all it. Oh yeah, all your content sucks shit.
I agree.
Just like, it's horrible.
It's awful. That's why I tried to pass myself along as Denmo, an actual decent content creator.
Well, yeah. Denmo, he's great. The best thing about Denmo is his hair, though. To be completely honest with you.
The best thing about Denmo is that he's not me.
I guess so. I mean, he has other qualities that I kind of support a little bit more than that, but I mean, I really do bank on that one a little bit. Couldn't be honest.
I'm jealous of his hair, man. It's so poofy and great.
It's great. Like I really want to put my
when I go to FanFest, Denmo, I don't care how much you tell people they can't touch your hair. I'm running my fingers through your hair.
Just take both hands straight in there. I like how this turned into the highlight of Denmo instead of that's okay. He's ran into it. He's ran into the show. We just need to get him on here now. All right, guys. So basically, we're going to go over various little things that this guy does. We're going to be asking him personal questions and things that he likes. Usually, we try to keep these kind of conversations based around personal interest of things like color. So for example, Golden Tot, what is your favorite color?
Definitely pink.
Pink. Okay, why do you like pink so much?
Because it goes really good with green.
Green. Pink and green, does that really go to...
They're not bad together.
I'm looking at your picture, and it does have pink and green in it.
They're very contrasting colors, so they complement each other on the same palette, I believe.
Okay. All right, I'll go with it. I'll live with that. I think that's actually not a horrible choice of color coordination. Okay. Anyways. All right. First question's out of the way. Second question. All right. I want to know. Actually, this is going to be a group of questions here. I want to know a lot of things about you. All right. Okay. I kind of want to know everything I can about you outside of the game here. So the first question is,
I'd be really disappointed, man.
Yeah. Why are you called the Golden Tot? I'm actually going to swap some of these questions around.
All right. That's all right. So, Golden Tot, so it was not my original name. It was actually Tater Tot. And so I want to say 13 or 14 years old, and I got into my first MMORPG, which was an absolute horrible game called Maple Story.
Oh,
really,
yeah.
Really good stuff. It was actually my start on the internet was I did Maple Story animations. I took the sprites out of the game and animated them. So my username was TaterXTot. It was numbers and letters and X's, all good stuff. But the way the capitalization worked was it was capital T and then lowercase ATE, capital R. So people always took the first part and just called me Tate. So that's where Tate comes from, which is not my real name, but it is just, since I've been 14 years old, it's just been what everyone's called me, and I've just kind of gone with it and developed an online persona. When I was like, when I started getting into YouTube more, I was like, I need a name on YouTube that's not numbers and X's. And I was thinking about tater tots, because that's, tater tots. And I was like, well, you cook tater tots. The instructions say to cook for a certain time or to a golden crisp. So I was like, Golden Tot, there we go. And so anyway, I'm fat and I'm named after food.
You could have just cut it off of that last sentence. Could have been the entire answer there.
Yeah,
it could have been.
I could have just skipped it all.
Oh, geez. That's why you call yourself Tate, is because it was Tater.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right, now it makes sense. And I mixed that up, man. I was Golden Tate, and I was like, there's got to be a reason why I think this. I'm not an idiot, right? I don't think I'm that much of an idiot, at least. And so then I looked at your Twitter. I was like, that son of a bitch. His name is Tate. Because you gave me so much shit about it. You're like, man, you put Golden Tate on everything. It's Golden Tot.
I corrected you once. I was like, hey, man, there's a little error right here. You might want to fix it, you fucking idiot.
And I went to sleep, and I was like having nightmares about this stuff. I was like, man, am I like, what's wrong with my brain? Am I like mixing things up now? Am I like getting to that point? Dementia?
I'm there like fucking going all Inception on your ass, just Golden Tate.
Golden Tate, god damn it. All right. So that makes a little bit of sense here. So we know one of your interests here is food, right? I love food. Food is great. Food is wonderful. I
miss it, actually, is a big thing.
You miss it?
I miss it. I've been dieting lately and it sucks.
God. I know people talk about it, but who actually does that, right?
Well, it's not even dieting. I've changed my eating habits permanently. So I can't really call it a diet, because that would insinuate that I'm going back to how it used to be. But oh my God, I miss it so much. Okay,
tell me the one food that you miss the most.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter?
It's really fatty, dude.
Dude, it's okay.
It's not bad in small doses, but I grew up actually being quite poor. And my mom was very picky with grocery shopping, so I kind of grew up eating like peanut butter jelly sandwiches all the time, and I miss eating them all the time because they're very yummy.
I did too. I grew up very poor, and I settled for just peanut butter sandwiches. So you had jelly.
I had
so
jelly.
You were a rich motherfucker.
Yeah, it was very classy.
A little fancy there. Peanut butter sandwiches is what I ran with, dude.
Oh yeah.
And we ate the crust because, if you didn't, you're wasting food, dude. Come on.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
You think my drunken stepdad wouldn't beat my ass?
This is turning kind of depressing right now. Let's get positive. All right, let's get positive here. So what do you do like in your free time when you're not playing games, you're not streaming, you're not eating? What are you doing?
Sleeping, man. Sleep. It's a full-time job, dude. Like, if I'm not streaming, I'm either doing artwork for my stream or YouTube videos, or I'm making YouTube videos.
Okay.
If it's not any of those things, chances are I am just relaxing, just hanging out, watching like Netflix or something, playing some random console game. I don't know.
What's the random console game you've played?
Most recently, I got Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age.
Okay.
I played a little bit of that before I got absolutely bored of it. Sorry to you Final Fantasy XII fans out there. It is an absolutely boring game.
It started off very boring. Yeah.
The story is fantastic, and I'm going to keep playing it because the story, Destiny 2, been playing that a lot. I got a little burnt out because I want it to come to PC already. Sonic Mania was another one I pumped a few hours into. Really good game.
Okay. Okay.
Just whatever's fun at the time.
I was kind of expecting you to say Wafu Maker 2000 or something like that, but that works too. That works too.
Like waifu sex simulator? Is that what you're referencing to?
Oh, is that something? Is that really a game?
Waifu sex simulator? Yeah, a new version just came out. I think it's on like 2.4.
Oh my god, dude. I don't want to get more depressed.
That and I'm actually correct, I will feel so that's actually embarrassing. That
You would actually know that exists?
I made up a number, and if it's right, then
it was probably you. You probably played it. Oh, okay. So I do want to ask a little bit about Destiny 2 because I've been kind of curious about that, dude. Is that a fun game?
So did you ever try Destiny 1?
No.
Okay, so you've obviously probably heard about the backlash that Destiny 1 was an absolute garbage game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, over the course of Destiny 1, they eventually, like, obviously through paid DLC and patch after patch, the game actually got pretty good. And the thing about Destiny 2 is that it actually launched with all of the fixes. Everything was good from the get-go. It's fun. It's really fun. I'm excited for it to come to PC. I did all the content up to the raid on PS4, but I don't like playing shooters on controller. I was just putting up with it because I like Destiny.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it's pretty fun. I've got it pre-ordered on PC. Pretty excited.
All right, I might give it a try. I don't know. It just something about it. Like I heard it was basically
shooters though.
Yeah, I love shooters. I used to play Counter-Strike all day. Like that used to be my thing back in the day.
Well, did you like Borderlands? Is that a game you got into?
Well, see, that's the thing. I heard it was Borderlands, but without the fun and personality.
The first one I would probably say if you played vanilla Destiny 1, then yeah, that's probably a really good comparison.
Okay. I might give it a try. I might see if you like it or not too. Maybe we have some interest to align a little bit. I don't know.
Okay. That
pink and green kind of frustrates me a little bit, but
absolutely. I'm absolutely terrible.
Okay. Excellent. All right. So the next question to kind of get to know you a little bit more personally here is kind of what's your home life like, man? So like, you know, home life. Yeah. Do you have like an abusive spouse, or do you have like a sick dog, or do you have something that we can feel bad about?
All of the above. Yeah.
Okay.
I have an abusive spouse that beats my sick dog.
Okay. That's pretty good. What do you call your sick dog?
I don't even have a dog. I can't think of anything, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I think we might get a cat soon. That'll be cool. I don't know, man.
Oh, okay. All right. Now correct me and tell me the real story about Sarah. I found out her name from chat.
Mm-hmm. My girlfriend. Yeah. Well, my home life is, I want to say 3 months ago now. We ended up getting an apartment here. We moved from Kentucky up to Ohio where her family is. Yeah, home life was crazy, actually. A lot of people from my chat, maybe some of my older viewers might know, is we ended up doing kind of a donation goal over the course of about a month, because I was getting evicted from my house when I was living with my mom. She was a little irresponsible, took a lot of money from me and didn't put it in the right spots. So we ended up getting kicked out of the house, and my choice was to either find a place near her and help her, or just kind of go to where my girlfriend's family is and just find a place there. And I said I'm 26 years old. I've been held down by my mom for way too damn long. I'm gonna just take this opportunity and get my own place and just fucking live my life. So
there you go, dude. And some people will like criticize that too, but in all honesty, that's kind of
it's a hard decision to make because it's your mom. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she took care of me for years, but I took care of her in turn for years as well. I gave her thousands of dollars to try to help her to avoid this situation, but here we are. Like, but it's fine. It all worked out. She's happy. She got back on her feet. She's got a decent job now. And I think what it was more for anything was it was a good wake up call for her. Mm-hmm. So it helped her a lot more than me would. I would have helped her staying with, because I would have just kept enabling, lazy behavior and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that worked out.
I didn't enable at all. I moved out as soon as I hit like 18. I was gone.
Oh, if I had the money, I absolutely would have.
I got like a job, and I was two other friends, and we're like, it's this ghetto ass house, and we start renting it, and man, that was the biggest life change of my life. I did a whole bunch of stupid shit after that, like I wasn't prepared for, and I messed up a whole bunch of other things, like with college and other things. But it doesn't matter because I got into a situation to where I could support myself completely, and it was great.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's a hard road, but it always pays off.
Oh yeah, it has. I feel better. Like I'm in the position I am now because I made that decision.
It's so much more free. Like I remember because I craved this feeling because when I was 17, I actually moved out once, and I moved into me and my buddy Joey, my best friend from high school. We lived together for a little bit. It was under his mom's roof, but it was for me. It was still me moving out. You know, I wasn't under my mom's roof anymore. Right. I got a job, but. You know, his mom wasn't any better, and they ended up losing their place, so I had to move in with my mom. But like for the longest time, I craved that freedom again because it feels so good. Like it's just a completely different lifestyle.
And at this time, all this Maple Story stuff's going on, right?
Yeah, I'm like blowing up on YouTube for the first time, getting like, oh shit, 10K, 15K subscribers. I'm making Maple Story. The sprites are fighting each other and stuff. They're making fart jokes, and I'm like, it's fantastic.
Do you think that was kind of a little bit of like an escape almost to be able to go out and do that stuff, or is that just?
Oh, absolutely, man. It was such a, but it's like a good kind of escape. Like obviously there are these toxic escapes where you just like completely ignore the outside world, but this was good because
like
it was
math.
like building a career.
Right.
Yeah. I would. That is absolutely not a good escape.
Right. Oh well, I'm glad you found video games instead of meth, man.
Yeah, me too. Personally, I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, and so no, like I know this goes completely off topic for Final Fantasy and everything, but I definitely am glad I talked to you a little bit more to get to know you a little bit better, because I mean a lot of people can relate to that whole situation. I can relate to it in our own way, not exactly the same, but in our own little version of it. And it's funny because in the end we're all playing video games on Twitch here and discussing stuff that we actually like in a healthy manner. So
it's amazing,
yeah,
man. It's fucking awesome.
We succeeded, dude. We're successful. I would have to say that. Just by being alive, to be honest with you.
By not doing meth.
Yeah, by not doing meth.
And, to anybody in the chat who's done meth before, my bad.
No, go fix yourself.
No, I said done it before, not currently.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, and congratulations for fixing yourself. If you haven't fixed yourself, go fix yourself, dude. That's the end of that situation. Okay, so asking you some of these questions here. I was going to ask you kind of if you have any video editing background, but it sounds like your video editing background started with Maple Story.
Yeah, that was the first thing I did. Was my first video was of screenshots with Windows Movie Maker.
Oh,
and
Windows.
Then I had a friend in Maple Story who was like, "Hey, stop that, you fucking idiot," and then linked me to Sony Vegas, and I was like, "Ooh,
nice." Yeah, no, I messed up so much stuff in Windows Movie Maker, man. Like I destroyed it. Like I have no clue what I'm doing, and you get in there and you make stuff and you spend like hours on it, then it crashes, and you're like, okay, well, I'm not making a video anymore.
Yeah,
that's kind of how I felt. At least
does that to this day, man.
Really?
I was editing a video just yesterday, and I was like halfway done with it, and then suddenly it just crashed, and I was like, it's a good thing my muscle memory presses Control S after every single action I do in this fucking godforsaken program.
Yeah. No, like I use Adobe, and it's kind of stupid because you got to pay monthly for it. That kind of sucks.
They like introduced that over the last couple of years, and they do it with Flash too, because I use Adobe Flash and Adobe After Effects. It's really poop.
It sucks. But I mean, like, I guess it's their answer, supposedly, to like people downloading it. I don't know.
That's not an answer. People are still gonna.
Yeah, they're gonna find a way. They just use Vegas, man, and be done. They don't even have to think about it. Just download it.
Exactly.
But I don't know. Maybe I'm a chump. I'm one of those people who don't really download stuff. Like, I bought the Amazon channel on for HBO so I could watch Game of Thrones instead of downloading all the episodes.
Yeah.
So
I got in trouble recently, dude.
Really?
My girlfriend's sister came over, and they were like, she was like, my sister's gonna come over. We're gonna watch Game of Thrones. 2 days later, I get an email from my ISP saying you illegally downloaded 2 episodes of Game of Thrones. Stop, or you're gonna get a fine. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Really?
Like
that actually happened?
Yeah, yeah. It happened like when we first moved in, and I was like, Sarah, your sister needs to download that shit at her house or not watch it at all. Like, fucking get out of here.
Jeez, dude. Like I don't know. I've never found that anyone has ever gotten into trouble with that stuff. Like I guess I've heard about it a little bit, but
The only time my mom was downloading things one time, and she downloaded like Planet of the Apes or some shit back when that came out. And what happened is she left the torrent for it running for like 3 days, and we were seeding it the entire time. So the ISP caught wind of that, what they'll do is they'll actually halt your internet until you open your browser, and it'll come up with a page they deem for you that says you agree to not do it again or something.
That's kind of ridiculous. That's absolutely. I mean,
it wasn't me, Larry.
Come on, dude.
I'm smart about it, all right?
No, like I have friends.
By the fact that I don't do it.
Well, I mean, I have friends who work in cybersecurity and stuff, and like they have a lot of education in firewalls and VPNs and understanding how all this stuff routes. And so anything that they ever do is like through Poland or something. If everyone was to track them. And so like I talked to them like, yeah, I wanted to watch a movie, so I went out and bought it, and they're like, you're stupid.
I mean, if it's a good ass movie, I'll pay some money. Like, that's the thing with me is when I first got into like animating and video editing, I pirated my programs, absolutely. But like once I started like enjoying it and really making it a thing I do all the time and getting money for it, I was like, all right, I'm gonna shell out a couple $100 for this program. Let's go.
Yeah, no, if you're making any kind of money off of it, that's when you have to say, all right, I have to make sure everything I'm doing is legitimate.
Thing at that point, yeah.
Yeah, because then it just doesn't feel right. Oh, I'm using this thing that someone spent years, decades making, right? To make content, and I'm not giving anything for it, and you feel kind of like a shitter at that point.
Absolutely, yeah. I agree.
But all right, cool. No video editing background. You just got into MapleStory, and you're like, man, I'm gonna mess around, and it just built from there.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I guess at this point I've been video editing for like 12 years. Then if I started when I was about 14, I'm 26 now. Did
you like throughout those 12 years were you always like working on a project in some way, or did you like stop working on something?
No, man. So a big thing is YouTube, I hit 50,000 subscribers, which is a huge fucking number.
Yeah.
But the thing about that is the inconsistency of my YouTube has caused a lot of those numbers to really just kind of be inflation. Like it's like, oh, I did MapleStory, and then like there were times where I didn't upload a video for like 6 months to a year because I was doing not that, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like I know when I first got into Twitch, I pumped so much time into it, I just didn't have time to do video editing. And it's really recently when I've really decided that I'm going to pump out, a video, 2 videos a week, and do Twitch every day, and kind of make it just a full-time focus. And there's just not enough time in the day for it, man. It sucks.
No, it's rough, man. I'm going to be completely honest. That's like one of the things that like I have trouble even imagining. Like you have to have maybe 80 hours a week to do a really good job with both streaming and video editing. And it's funny because there's a lot of really cool people out in the community right now that's doing both of those things, right? I mean, let's throw out some names here. We can say Larry's all right. Denmo. We got
dude, oh my god, Larry. Yeah. Larry is so hard to hang out with and play games with because he's always so fucking busy all the time.
Always.
Me and Drac are constantly complaining about you, Larry. I'm letting you know that right now. We always want to hang out with you, and you're such a busy bee. But you know what? I look at your YouTube, and you're a fucking inspiration. So like, keep at it, dude.
Yeah, for sure. We had Larry on here before. You know what he had? He had a webcam when we were having this whole discussion.
How could he possibly afford that?
I don't know, man.
That's crazy. Like, I can't afford one. That's my problem.
It costs $20. Larry,
could you
give them out for free?
Would you mind like running your cam over to me really quick? That'd be great.
Oh, and then there's all these awesome other people in here like Drac. God, why is my mind blanking out right now? Mary. All these people, and you hang out with these people all the time, right?
Oh yeah, Drac and I play games like every fucking night.
Yeah. So like, how did you get into this whole community? Like, how did that whole thing happen?
Dude, I don't know. So I feel bad when people ask me these kinds of questions because it just happens for me. I guess I'm just really sociable. I literally like you could ask Denmo or Larry. I literally just like message them and say, hey, let's hang out. And it happens. Like, that's how I've met all of my friends in every community I've ever been in, is I straight up just like message them and I say, like, obviously it's like if we have something in common, like if I'm not going to message someone I like have nothing in common about, we have no like relatable grounds at all. But like, for instance, Larry, I tweeted at him and I was like, hey, I'm on your data center leveling a character. Come do Siren Song C with me really quick. And then he and Ava were in that dungeon and we made a video about it. And, you know, we kissed under a rainbow. It was great.
How magical was that? A scale 1 to 10.
God, like an 8 at least.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
It could have been higher, but we were the only shirtless cat boys there. If there were like 2 more, that would have been 2 more points right there.
Are you really a shirtless cat boy?
I mean, you see my webcam right there. I'm wearing a shirt, as you can see.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I was hoping that was the case, that you're just lying and fluffing there, because son of a bitch, man. If I see another one, you know what? I'm just gonna end the show. Done. No more. We have too much ERP on this show, man. That's okay though. It's not really that bad of a thing, is it? No, I mean it pays the bills. So tell me, when you started playing, when did you start playing Final Fantasy 14?
So I have a legacy character with a tattoo, but I definitely did not play 1.0 because I remember I bought 1.0 specifically because I saw the opening cutscene on YouTube and I was like, this is the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. I'm buying this game right now. Played it for 2 days and quit.
Nice.
So I've got that character. But then I was a legacy character, so I got an email about A Realm Reborn happening and I hopped into the first beta. So I've been playing since then. I hopped into the first beta and fell in love instantly. A Realm Reborn was so good. I immediately told all of my friends how good it was and that they all needed to try the open beta when it hits, and we all fell in love with it. And yeah, we've just been playing since then.
Man, it was so funny because that was such an ace in the hole, man. And the entire time since that has came out, they've been trying to live up to it. Do you feel...
Realm Reborn was amazing.
It's hard to live up to that though, right? Like how do you live up with that?
Every time a new raid tier comes out, it's always like, oh, this won't be as impactful as Bahamut. You know, no theme song they make will be as good as Answers, kind of thing. It's impossible. It really is.
Yeah, and it's sad because I want there to be something else that happens in this game that pulls us in just like that did, but I don't know if there is.
Right. Like, it was such an investing sort of like emotional experience for a lot of players. Like even players who didn't play 1.0, they look back at that and they're like, that was incredible. Like that was the coolest thing I've ever seen in any MMO ever.
But I mean, like, I guess we just have to wait for them to fail horribly at something again. I mean, I guess 15, right?
Oh man, please no.
They can bring a comet down on the world of 15 and get back into it. Take out Coleman, take out the noodle soup. They're never pulling that back. Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry, shots fired again. 15, I'm sure I could have got into that so much more. I really could have. I'm horribly biased against the whole situation, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just a old nerd. That's the whole reason between my salt and my comments. So, all right. You started getting into content creation as soon as you start playing Final Fantasy 14, where you're like, I'm going to start making videos. You're going to just try to pull the sprites out, quote unquote.
I think I made a skit, quote unquote skit of Final Fantasy 14, like in beta, like the first couple of weeks of beta, because I don't know how many people remember this, but back in the beta, there was a little bit of controversy with content creation in the game because they released some guidelines that really restricted the content you were allowed to monetize and make on YouTube. And that was like, you're not allowed to use music that's not from the game. It has to be from that area. You're not allowed to cut different music to put it in. It was basically really restricting. You're not allowed to make customized skits. It has to be strictly in-game footage kind of thing. And it has to be to the game. You can't edit cutscenes. You can't alter anything. And that was like, they went back on that almost immediately because of the backlash. But I made a video of me basically reading the guidelines and then interrupting it with the Ninja Turtles scream. It was like a Ninja Turtles meme where just it's this dubstep song that screams "We don't give a fuck," and then just a bunch of fucking flashing lights and ads popping up.
Because you're that kind of guy, all right? Someone gives you some rules, you break them.
If I don't do it, who's gonna? You know, everybody was mad. I knew so many content creators that were excited about Final Fantasy 14, and they looked at that and they were like, "Oh, this is not gonna go good."
Yeah, no, of course. I don't know what they could have been thinking at that point. Like that's like completely limiting their advertising, because content creation is advertising for the game. It really is. Yeah. I mean, if you want to show someone what Final Fantasy 14 is, half the time you can just show them videos that people like yourself have made, and that will help bring people into the game, because they're like, "Oh man, this is kind of interesting." I mean, what's that one GIF? It's just this GIF that goes everywhere on the internet now, where the Warrior of Light's sitting in a bar and he's like slamming, laughing,
and then the straight face,
and everybody's like, "Oh, what's that game?" That itself, it brings people into the game.
I mean, so I've got a video. Back when Vine was a thing, I uploaded some of my Final Fantasy shorts to Vine because they were just that short and they were perfectly concise. And I've got an old video, Dat Bass Though was a really popular video I made, and it got 4 million views on Vine.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what I want to do? I want to start doing video creation, but make every video a Vine. 5 views, or 5 seconds, every single one. And just...
I mean, it's the easiest way to go about it.
Yeah, it'd be
just
done.
A quick, simple idea, just pop it up, throw it on, man.
Yeah. And while we're on that topic, we might as well go into some of your videos, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, here's where the podcast goes downhill.
So I noticed that you only make small videos unless if they're just highlight reels. Is that true?
Yeah, more or less. Like, I have ideas for longer ones, but I stream and I video edit all these hours out of the day, and I wish I had more time for it. I really do. I've got so many ideas, but it's just not enough time of the day, like I was saying before.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I'm interested in this whole transition that you might have had. Or let's go back into the videos real quick. So you made that video. It was more like a middle finger to the whole rule set that they did, and they pulled back on that. And then you start making more videos, and a lot of videos you make are kind of shorter. Do you feel like you just kind of you get what you want out of those videos within that time frame? You're not looking to make like a 10, 15 minute, adventure story.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, those are great, but my style of videos is just like, I like just being able to watch a super concise thing and getting just like a chortle out of it. Just like, this made me like, if I watch a video and it makes me like breathe heavily outward through my nose, I'm just like, yeah, it's a funny video.
Okay. A nice little chuckle.
Yeah, exactly. I like making people laugh, and the easiest way to do that is something like, if I have a joke, just bam, throw the joke up. It's 5-10 second video. And they're easy to share is another thing. Because it's like, when you share a 10-minute video with somebody, they're not gonna fucking watch that. They're gonna see the time and they're gonna be like, I'm busy doing nothing else right now. I can't, like, unless they're already invested in like the specific content creator. But a 10-second video, you link it to somebody, they're gonna watch. They're just gonna click it in the window, watch 10 seconds, and it's done. Like, you shared it. It's perfect.
No, yeah, and I think that's really the secret in the end. Like, if you want to start somewhere, you just get really good jokes, right? Yeah. You put a nice little slap on the knee joke into a video, put it up there for 10 seconds, and then get 1 billion views, and you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're not going to make any money off of it because YouTube shafts you on that kind of thing, but
yeah,
who's in it for the money? Not me. I hate paying bills.
Yeah, who needs to pay rent? Jesus, everybody's like friendly. I tell my landlord, "Hey, I'm a struggling artist. Can you cut me a break?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure. I got you, buddy." That's exactly how that situation goes.
100%.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. YouTube has. How do you feel about all the changes YouTube has made recently?
Oh, good old adpocalypse and shit like that.
Yeah.
I think it's not entirely YouTube's fault. Is my first like controversial opinion on that. Okay. So you've got people like most recently everybody knows the PewDiePie thing that happened. I don't know that one because I don't. So PewDiePie's the face of YouTube.
Yeah.
He is
the
biggest YouTuber ever. And so he's live streaming, playing a game, and he, in his, I guess, frustration, decides to call someone a fucking N-word.
Oh, wow.
Stream. And being the biggest face on YouTube, like if you're an advertiser and you're looking to advertise on content, and you see the biggest face in YouTube dropping racial slurs like that, you're going to pull your ads from that. You don't want your content advertised on that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I mean, YouTube is obviously partially to blame, but you also have to look at people who blurt that kind of thing out willy-nilly, who get 1 million views and get, benefit from the advertisement while also acting like that. And you have to conduct yourself in a better way. And that's not obviously entirely why Adpocalypse is going on. Mm-hmm. It is very much like, I feel like YouTube could be doing better. Obviously I'm not savvy in that kind of thing. Like I don't know any sort of business strategies and stuff like that, but it sucks for us. Mm-hmm. Basically it really sucks. Like I pump out, I want to say I get 200,000 to 300,000 views a month on YouTube with all of my videos combined, and I get paid at the end of the month, and I get like $40 or $50 like for all of the hours and work I put into that. So the way I look at YouTube these days is I love making videos. I'm never going to stop making videos, but the videos don't pay my bills. What the videos do for me as a career is people see my videos and then they come watch my stream and support me on stream, because Twitch is massively where I get my revenue from.
Yeah, I mean, that has to be the way now. I mean, that sucks.
I mean, that or Patreon. Like, obviously, people like Larry and Drac and Denmo recently got into Patreon as well. They make a Patreon, and their viewers, like, that's one thing about the Final Fantasy XIV community is they are so supportive of people who put hard work into this game in the community. So you get rewarded for that. You really do.
Yeah.
If you're doing good things for the community will do good things for you. So Patreon is a really good way for people who strictly do YouTube.
Yeah, no, it's basically what everybody's going to right now. That I've seen, some of the people I've talked to, they all make Patreons. They were kind of depending a little bit on YouTube, and then when that falls apart, I mean, you have to find other sources, especially when that's like your thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so now. You made videos before you started doing Twitch, obviously, right?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So when did that transition happen? When were you like at this point, you're like, hey, maybe I should stream something. Maybe someone want to watch me do something, right?
Well, yeah, for sure. So, I mean, obviously when I first started streaming, there was no money in it. So that can't be the reason. Before people think like, oh, he went to Twitch because Twitch is more profitable. And it's actually, I wasn't even on Twitch. I was on livestream.com because Twitch didn't exist really yet. And there was no sort of partnership or ad revenue on livestream.com. Like, we didn't even get donations.
Is this MapleStory days?
No, this was a little bit after MapleStory, when I started getting into gaming and making gaming videos and stuff, which were very less widely received than animations. Like, this is kind of where my channel started to die off a little bit, because I was so willy-nilly and inconsistent with my content. But I had my friend who we started streaming on livestream.com. We had shitty internet. We were using Livestream Procaster was our program, and it was absolute garbage. And we would stream games like Minecraft and random co-op games like Resident Evil 5 and just really random stuff back in the day. And it was mainly like what really got me to fall in love with streaming was I loved the immediate viewer interaction. I love the conversations that constantly happen because people in the chat want to talk. And that's what really solidified. Like, later on, Twitch came out and I made the switch over to Twitch, and getting 30 like less than 30 viewers a stream, and slowly growing up from that and just having more and more people come in, more and more people to chat with. Like, the more people I chat with, the more fun conversations we have, the more my love grows for live streaming and stuff like that. Whereas on YouTube, like, I love YouTube videos because they're shareable, they're funny, you can get a quick laugh out of them or a quick bit of information out of them. And the thing about the interaction on that is, people comment, but then you can comment back and you might not get another response for a couple of days. And there's not a lot of viewer interaction on YouTube as opposed to...
Well, I mean, my favorite viewer interaction is like when they comment on a video and they're like, no, you're probably wrong. And that's like the end of the comment. And it's just like, there's so much trash in the comments on YouTube. I mean, there is on Twitch too, but you can react to it pretty quickly, right? And you can produce a conversation out of it. The other one is just like mindless, like, it's funny because you can actually think before you actually hit enter, and it's not like you're having a conversation. Yeah, It's so pointless sometimes when I get I get some positive criticism and I get some just absolutely horrible comments.
I love positive criticism is so crucial to growing as a content creator, but nobody knows how to fucking give it.
Yeah. Like when
they'll comment and they'll be like, yeah, this fucking sucks, dude. Do better next time. And it's like, okay, how can I do better? And they're like, stop being butthurt. I'm just criticizing you. Take criticism. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, no, and then you get the comments that are like, if I have someone who's like a female in the show, right? They're like, hey, she should have showed more cleavage. I mean, you need to get this fixed. I'm like,
oh, that's fair. Absolutely
fair. Yeah, that's a good comment. I mean, yeah, sure.
Webcam. I'm showing all the cleavage. You're gonna get 1 million views.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess you're right, but right, you know, you got that perfect like view of the two pecs. Like, you don't get to see the whole thing, but you get to see like. You get the tease.
By the way, I want to shout out during the stream. The artwork on my thing was made by an awesome artist named Koku Boo, I believe. I'm sorry if I fucked that up. Let me read. Yeah, Koku Boo, and you can check them out if you want. Be warned, they draw a lot of homosexual bara art, as you might be able to tell from my display.
Are we talking about Azu?
No, Koku Boo is their Twitter handle.
Okay. Can you put it like in Twitch chat? Do you have Twitch chat open by any chance?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, all right. Throw it out there.
There, right there.
Excellent. But no, yeah, seriously. Like I run into this. That reminded me exactly. There's a lot of people who do that. They have very, very sexual artwork for Final Fantasy 14.
I love it. It's fantastic.
I feel like there's more Rule 30. Is it 32 or 34? Which one is it?
34. Yeah.
34. Rule 34 for Final Fantasy 14 than there is for any other game.
I would have to respectfully disagree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, being a connoisseur of that kind of art, I would have to respectfully disagree.
Okay. We'll try not to get into it too much because I feel like we will eventually turn this into. Yeah, that's for the ERP show when we get Zeno on here because he said that he needed to be on here for that show. Okay. Very good. So, God, where were we before we went into that conversation? Oh, I've lost it. I've lost our spot here.
God, I don't know. We're just getting into so much random crap right now.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we're getting into how you started with Twitch and everything else. You're doing live stream. All right. And so then eventually, how did that transition go into Twitch? You were just like one day.
Twitch was a thing, and my viewers, I got suggested Twitch basically, where it was like, yeah, this website's made for game streaming. Livestream.com is made for being garbage. So we were like, I was like, yeah, all right, let's check it out. They had, you could list the game you were playing and all this title stuff, and I was like, oh, this is actually awesome. So I did that for a while, and Twitch streaming, like. It honestly, like, I really didn't start blowing up on Twitch until like the last couple of months. So I mean, I've had successful bouts on Twitch here and there, but like normally I would never get over like 80 to 100 viewers on pretty much anything. I've always had that leverage because I've always had that YouTube following. So like anytime I stream, my YouTube following has always been there to watch a little bit, which has always helped me with starting out on Twitch, because starting out on Twitch with absolutely no background is fucking hard. It's really hard. And then there was at one point where I really got into a game called Warframe. I'm sure a lot of people know what that game is. It's free to play. It's on Steam. It's a really, really cool game. But I streamed Warframe for a few months straight. Every day. It was the first time I really decided to get a schedule and start streaming, and we started blowing up. My highest stream peak was like 220 viewers, and it was insane. I was amazing, but eventually I got burned out on that game because it was so repetitive after a while. So eventually I ended up stopping Warframe. I had a month-long kind of hiatus from streaming, came back, I lost a lot of subs. My viewership was super down. I was back to like 80 viewers tops. And the thing is, I was always, during this entire time, I was always playing Final Fantasy 14, but I was afraid to stream it because when I streamed that game, I decided to stream it every now and again. I got 20, 30 viewers. My viewers did not give a fuck about Final Fantasy 14. And eventually I decided that I was just gonna dive in to Final Fantasy 14 and stream it every day, regardless. As I have 30 viewers, I don't care. I said, I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna grow it So I decided that's also about the time where I started to frequently upload on YouTube again, is Final Fantasy 14 videos all the time. I've got 2 out a week almost right now, and that helped me a lot. So over the past 4 months, 4 or 5 months, I went from about, I want to say 200 to 250 subscribers on Twitch. I started uploading to YouTube more frequently. We broke 50K subs on YouTube, and now I'm getting 200 viewers a stream on Twitch, and we just hit 600 subscribers. It's been amazing. Like, I just decided to fucking dive in and just go for it. I decided to make it my life's work to succeed at streaming Final Fantasy 14. Not sure why. Probably because it's my favorite game or something. But it worked.
I do want to comment on that a little bit. Right. So Final Fantasy 14 is known for being kind of repetitive in its own way. Right.
Oh yeah.
So have you gotten to that point to where you're like, man, I have to start being creative to keep streaming?
Every day of my life.
I got you. I mean, it's tough streaming one game constantly, and being kind of happy. Because I mean, how many hours of Final Fantasy do you stream a week?
I try for 4 hours a day.
Okay, so 4 hours a day of your waking day, you're streaming Final Fantasy 14. Do you, when you're playing the game, is it more like, hey, I'm focusing on this game, or is it mainly just a chat and you're like, I'm having a discussion with people?
I think mostly, I mean, it really depends on the content I'm doing. Like, if I'm just like running dungeons, leveling up, it's more about like, I'm trying my best to be an entertainer over the game itself, because obviously people aren't going to watch me running leveling roulette and think this is the best fucking gameplay I've ever seen. They're watching for the conversation. They're waiting for me to make some kind of fart joke or something and interact with the chat, because that's what I take it upon myself to try to do, is just be entertaining over the game. But then there's the days where I decide, I want to do party finder raids on my alt character and just like run into every trap party you've ever seen in your life. And that's hilarious too, because that gets really good reactions out of me. It gets good reactions out of the chat. So it really just kind of depends on the content.
Now, is your stream more focused on you messing up or you making fun of other people messing up?
Both. Absolutely both. Because here's what will happen is I'll be in the middle of making fun of somebody else messing up, and then I'll just die immediately.
Nice.
Karma, just instant karma.
Oh, so that being said, raiding and doing trap parties and everything, how do you feel about this tier, just as a general Final Fantasy 14 question? This whole raid tier has had some mixed criticism.
Oh, I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah?
I'm not a world first raider by any means. I do consider myself a fairly hardcore player. I'm very into improvement and DPS and stuff. But as far as like, so the content was obviously cleared very quick. That's going to happen with any raid tier you get. But what the replayability of the content is really what I look at after that. And I think it's very, very fun, because I'm into speed running and speed kills and stuff like that sometimes. I was in a group. I don't know if she's still in here right now, but I definitely saw Emily Beastslayer in the chat. I joined her and a bunch of her buddies in Free Company before the raids even came out, and we did a lot of practice speed kills of Sasano EX before raids came out. And we ended up a couple of times we were able to take the #1 spot on the server for the time. For the speed kill time.
Now, are we talking about like Solera, or what are we talking about? #1 speed kill server
on our server? No, it was Excalibur. There's not a whole lot of competition.
Okay.
It's basically the competition on Excalibur is basically them and Blue Garter. That's it.
Okay, you got the two people. Blue Garter, dude.
It's like a rivalry, so it's fun.
Does Blue Garter do anything anymore?
I don't know about Blue Garter as a whole, but they do have one raid group with like one of their. They've got like I think their name is Rika. They've got Aegis, and they're really, really cool people, really cool streamers as well. But on Excalibur, at least, they do have a speedrun group that does very well. They're pretty fucking good at the game. Obviously, they're good at the game because they're fighting for #1 spot on Excalibur.
Right. I mean, like, it's really interesting to see people who get into these speedruns, because it's when you get really in depth with that stuff. I mean, you get to the point to where you're just hoping for RNG, right? And you're just hoping
for certain fights. Yeah, absolutely. Like O3S speed killing it's literally RNG. It's like, we got Briars in final phase, just literally wipe it. It's cool. Yeah.
Oh my god. So that means you're a little bit more hardcore than I thought you were. I actually thought you were a pretty.
I don't have a group for that kind of thing. I'm still in a very mid-core static because I value raiding over my friends, raiding with my friends and having a good time.
You value raiding over your friends. You just said it. Just
100%. I value raiding over my friends. I actually killed them in cold blood so that I could raid.
Okay. Good.
Sacrifice them.
Yeah. So I gotta agree. Like raiding with friends is like most wonderful thing. I've been doing it for like 3 years now. I've had like the same static for like 3 years.
Nice.
I mean, there's been a few people who kind of go in and out, but like the core like 5 people, same people.
Yeah,
Although
yeah. I did that for a couple of years too. Yeah.
Yeah, but the only problem, well, I mean, I'm saying that, and like that whole thing, I'm dropping out of static soon, but it's my preference, right? Even if we can't clear content quickly, I can clear it with people that I can definitely have fun with, and I just enjoy the game. Either way, if I don't even clear the last boss for a tier, I'm like, whatever. But if we do, we're like, holy crap, this is amazing, wonderful. It's such a better feeling than like going into easy mode and going into like a pug that like with 7 people who just cleared it 20 times, and I'm in there for the first time, and I clear it easily because they carry me through, right?
It's an entirely different feeling. Like obviously clearing it quickly, like progging as fast as you can is always exciting, but also clearing it with a big group of friends gives you this completely different feeling where like, you know, you've been on the tier for a couple of months, you've been grinding at it, but bashing your head against the wall, and then you finally get down that final boss and all of your friends and you are just screaming and, you know, tears are flowing and, you know, boners are popping and stuff like that. It's fantastic. Right.
It's wonderful, man. Especially the boner popping part.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, like you can't really count out world first groups because a lot of them, you know, they are friends like that. So it's the same for them.
Well, I mean, they're friends because they have the exact same interest with like killing something very quickly. And I mean, talking to Angered and talking to like Elysium and all these guys, they're most of them are good friends with each other. I mean, they respect each other too. I mean, not all of them are good friends. Some of them are in. A lot of people are still in there because they're good, not because they're friends.
Exactly.
But it just so happens to be that way. I mean, if you're spending 16 hours a day with someone and you're both like equally skilled and it's not their fault, you're constantly wiping, then they might be your friend, right? Yeah, you might be able to talk and trash talk the people who are causing you to wipe. I like that.
That's one of the things I value most in my static is how much we're able to shit talk each other.
Yeah.
Because I know if I was ever in another group and I shit talk them the way I shit talk my static, they'd kick me out, man. It'd be awful.
I'm pretty bad about this. Like we've been filling in pugs into our group because we have Kerr can't heal anymore with our group because she has work and everything else, and so we always have to find a healer or if someone is out. And every time they come in there, they're trapped with me and me trying to troll them. Yeah, like I do everything I can to make it as awkward as possible for him. And I don't know why. Maybe that's just how I get my jollies off. Like I can't explain it. Like I just have this urge. They get in there and I want to be a sarcastic asshole to this person.
Oh my god.
But it works out.
That's like the opposite of me. When I'm like with people I don't know, I'm on my best behavior, man. I'm an angel.
Oh,
like, you know, if they're with me for a couple of days after that, I'm yanking their dick a little bit. I'm
Well, okay. So is that a term that people use to like as a negative thing, yanking their dick? That has to be like a positive thing, right?
Right. Well, no, it's like yanking your chain, except it's a penis.
Okay. But you're not upset about that. The chain I can kind of get, all right? The chain is like kind of annoying. Well, I mean, if you start yanking on my chain, I'm like,
I'm just saying.
All right. I'm just saying your phrase doesn't make sense, Tot.
I'm just saying, man. I didn't want to say it. It just came out. All right.
Okay. I just wanted to say dick in some way. I just wanted the dick in there.
It's the best word.
Oh, man. All right. So I want to ask you a little bit more about your stream, too. So you said that you do a little bit of raiding, like trap parties and everything else. Is that the biggest highlight of your stream, or do you have like other things that you do? Like, do you have fishing with friends segments or something like that?
I really don't know what the biggest highlight of my stream is. I guess if you'd ask like the viewers, like anybody anybody from my stream that's in your chat could probably answer that better than me because I don't know. I literally just do what I feel like doing on stream and it works out.
So why? Okay.
Rating is probably pretty up there. because we've got a bunch of memes come out of raiding. Like when we get into trap parties, a bunch of memes start happening. Like that emote in your chat right now, the ass is safe, was a big meme that came out of one of the trap parties I was in.
All right, so
drunk stream, that's another one that people love.
PUBG
is a highlight.
I guess so.
I barely ever play it, but I guess.
Oh, people like the way you talk. All right, there's one. They like it when you run with them, and they like ass safe.
Anytime I do like roulettes or I'm leveling it all, I'll always open Party Finder to the viewers, put like a password on it, and always get viewers.
6969 is that the password every time?
Yep.
Oh my god, I knew it. I can guess half of the like if I go into Party Finder, I'm like, oh, this is a private party. How do I get in there? 6969. Oh, I'm in.
Yep.
Done. It's
it's amazing. It's just the best.
I just want to do that one day. I want to just like get on the game and just sit there, go to all the private ones, and just try 6969 for every single one, and just see which ones I get in.
Yep.
Just to fuck around with them. Oh, Jesus. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that would be the other one. All right, I'm just going to ask one of these random questions just to go ahead and promote people asking questions here, and we'll ask some more around the end.
Viewer questions.
Yeah, viewer question here, man. Oh, this is actually kind of a serious question. I'm going to skip it. Let's go to one that's not so serious about here.
Ooh, serious questions. It's for the after dark.
Yeah, after dark part of it.
That's for the depressing part of the stream.
Yeah, when we start talking about our mothers again. We got Tonberry, RNGesus here. This is kind of, it's not really that trolly. It's kind of like a typical question. Why are Lalafels the best race? Do you have like a good answer to that?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Why are Lalafels the best race? Come on, dude.
Sorry, I was not paying attention to you in any sense of the word. Lalafels.
Yeah.
Lalafels the best race?
Uh-huh.
Because I mean, I'm gonna answer your question with another question. Is why do people either A, love Lalafels, or B, fucking hate them? There's no in between.
Well, there are reasons. One is that it's kind of creepy to some people, I would say. So some people take in that and they get really offended with it. They feel like it's children. They feel like they're annoying because of the high-pitched sounds they make. And I think that would be the hate part. The other part is like they're cute, right? They're small and people are like, oh yeah, I can kind of identify with this a little bit. Or they're tall people and they're like, hey man, I really want to be small in this game because I feel like that's proper. It makes me feel like I'm playing a fantasy of some sort. And they're annoying sometimes, and people like to be annoying, so that's why they like to be a Lalafell.
I'm on the positive end of this. I actually love Lalafels. I played a Lalafell for a while. I can't play them really anymore because it's really not my style. I'm always either male Makote or a male Highlander, one of the two. But I think Lalafels are adorable, man. Protect them. With everything we've got. Obviously, there are creepy people who play Lalafels. There are people who play Lalafels like, haha, I play a Lalafell so I can look up their skirts. And it's just like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Hey, you made a video about that.
Come on. I did not.
Yeah, you did.
Lalafels looking up skirts? That was not me.
That was you. Why do you? So I'm going to ask you this question. Do you put Lalafels in your most of your videos because they are the biggest joke race?
They're comical. They're amazing.
Is that why? So if all your Lalafels were replaced with Makotes, it wouldn't be as funny, right?
It wouldn't be funny at all.
Yeah,
you think two Makotes screaming at each other and then exploding is funny? No, it's got to be Lalafels.
Yeah, 100%. And so Lalafels, maybe that's why Demo has a good following too, because he's a Lalafell.
Well, I mean, you saw. I mean, I've got a video of Denmo where he uses his mind control powers. Like that's how he's got his following, obviously.
Yeah. Okay, so I got to get into that a little bit too. Like, you have videos when I watch them, and when a lot of people watch them, you just, at the end of it, you're just like, what did I just watch?
Yeah.
Is that like your thing?
I love it. I think those kinds of videos I like watching those kind of videos. Like, if I watch a video and at the end, I just have to like sit there and think like, well, that was something. Like that. I love that shit. It's amazing.
So are you a fan of Tim and Eric?
Kinda.
Yeah?
They're all right. I
mean, that's not far off, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I'd say I could probably draw a little bit of inspiration from some Tim and Eric skits, but I don't like actively go out and watch them. You know what I mean?
Or Andre. Andre's the other one, right?
I love, I love that. I just absolutely adore Andre.
Okay. So while we're on this topic, now tell me, what are your inspirations? Are there anything like you're like, man, I watch this and I look up to this guy and this is like my favorite person?
Dude, my main inspiration, like it's like the most fake and sappy thing in the world, but my inspiration as a whole is just the Final Fantasy 14 community.
Oh my God! Come on!
I'm sorry.
Come
dude,
on,
they're
Todd.
So good.
Come
They're
on.
so good. Like, all right, so obviously, I want to say Denmo was like the first person I met that was really in the community at all, and
Okay.
I don't entirely remember how we met. I think we just followed each other mutually on Twitter. And you know, we shared each other's videos, and then eventually I just kind of transferred to Excalibur because all my friends quit playing, and I just kind of walked up to him and he was like, Tate? Like, it was pretty hilarious. Just walked up to him in Adelshire.
Did you feel good about that?
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
But we you know, we became friends from then. It was good stuff.
So you were kind of like a
other,
creeper at that point.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. I'm absolutely a stalker.
Okay.
But and then, you know, we started collaborating on a couple of videos, and like, back to the we're not talking about that. We're talking about where my inspirations come from.
Yeah.
It's basically other content creators, like more than anything, like seeing what they do, and like really just seeing the reactions to those, and like sometimes I'll watch like a video for like not even like a Final Fantasy 14 video, like I'll watch like an animation or like a cartoon or something from something else, and I'm like, I could swing this in like a funny video way. Like the video you showed at the beginning, the Lalafels video, is the audio is from an old animation by, I believe his name was Don Hetzerfeld, and it's just this old like, what's it called, like intermission or something, or I cannot remember the name by any means, but it's just a big compilation of a bunch of hilarious things, and you know, there's an old classic of like this little popcorn puff going, my anus is bleeding. It's a very old one.
Holy fuck! I didn't have any clue what you were talking about until I heard.
Yep, that's the popular one, and it's basically from a big line of those.
Oh my God, Jesus! It all came together.
Don Hertzfeld, Rejected. That's it. Yes.
Oh my! How the internet was such a crazy place. It's still a crazy place, but man,
those are all my. But that whole era is my inspiration for my video. It's so good.
Like Newgrounds is where I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a very big Newgrounds.
Did you submit to Newgrounds?
A little, but nothing really substantial. Like I mostly just watched people like, you know, Ego Raptor, Oni, stuff like that. Right.
I mean, that was such a good place back in the day, man. That was like the home to all the adolescent teenagers of the world. And you could submit stuff to it. It was great. I don't know. I felt like they did a wonderful job. It's so sad. I mean, they're still around, but
yeah, it's not like it's not YouTube, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like YouTube kind of took over all sorts of video sort of thing. Like you don't upload anywhere. Like you know, people who upload to YouTube, like animators, they still upload to Newgrounds, but it's obviously like it's not as good.
No.
There's not as much for them there. It compared to how it used to be, I think it is a little more on the inactive side, which sucks because Newgrounds was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing. But you know, that's like such a common conversation now. I think we start talking about content curations, you always point back to Newgrounds in some way.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your inspiration a little bit more into that tangent though. And Demo was saying that he was creeping on you too. And do you feel like all content creators maybe just creep on each other and they are all just like looking at each other? Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Okay. And they just like
because I know that because when I followed Larry on Twitter, 5 seconds after I followed him, he followed me back immediately. And like he knew my videos, I knew his videos. I talked to Drac, and I felt so bad for because when I met Drac, I actually did not watch Drac's videos before I actually met him and became friends with him. We just kind of met through other people and started playing games together. And I mean, Drac's videos are amazing. Obviously, I watch them all the time now. But Drac knew my videos. Like he would reference my videos every now and again, and I'd be like, yeah, absolutely. We all watch each other's stuff because the Final Fantasy content creation community, the stream community, is very tight knit. We all check out what we're doing, and like it's all we all grow off of each other very well because of that.
That's amazing. Yeah, I feel like that's like a common theme almost every time I talk to any of you guys, you creative pieces of shit. You're always best friends with each other, and I think that's amazing. Like when I had I brought Drac on, you know, it started this whole little circle. It's like, oh, you should get this guy on, you should get this guy on, you should get, and then the next person's like, oh, you should get this guy on. So you have to have a suggestion for me, Tot.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know who all you've had on though.
I've had Drac, I've had Demo, I've had Larry, I've had Mary. God, who else have I had on? I've had the Stage Reborn guys on. I've had the Moogle Post guys on. Video creation, I'm trying to remember. I've had Mr. Happy on. I've had lots of guide makers. Oh, Jesus, I don't know.
Like Miztech and stuff?
Yeah, I've had Miztech on a few times.
Well, two that I would suggest would probably be Zepla and Sophie.
Zepla. I don't think I've had her. Fuck, why do I not remember that? I remember there might be a conversation about getting her on before. I've had Sophie on, yeah.
Okay, cool.
God damn it. Why?
Have you had Ethis?
Yeah, I've had Ethis on a few times. He's our lore guy.
So I'm the last one, basically.
You're the last content creator. Then there's no one else.
There's some up and comers though. There are some up and comers. Like there's some people growing. Like you know, one of my friends, Harry, just got partnership for streaming Final Fantasy.
Harry, I haven't had him on there, so yeah,
He's great. Yeah, Harry is a fucking delight.
There's so many people, and I feel bad because I start naming people. I need to like. You wonder Sabu? Yeah. He's the Stage Reborn guy. So yeah, I've had him on. But no, yeah, like I feel bad. I start naming people, and I
mean, you've had so many. You have to go through like this bank on your memory.
I've actually had that situation before.
Yeah.
Like I've had someone on, like I talked to someone and I was like, yeah, who is this guy? Do I need to get him on the show? But he was on the show like 100 episodes ago. I'm like, holy fuck, how do I forget this stuff? And I feel bad.
I mean, it all runs together after a while. I feel it.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't know. I love it, man. I keep doing MogTalk, even though like right now I'm at this state, and I'll admit it that I log on for raiding mostly, and then I'll get on for PvP every once in a while. Although I've kind of gotten this urge to go back to Hearthstone for my competitive needs, because it's so relaxing and competitive at the same time. But no, with PvP or with I guess raiding, that's mostly what I do with Final Fantasy right now, but I still love going in there and talking to all the content creators and talking to all the raiders and still being part of that community because it's fun. These people are passionate. They're enjoyable to talk to.
Like, yeah, I've gotten into that point where I've raid logged. A lot of my creator, when Creator Savage was out, was entirely just me raid logging. I didn't start streaming Final Fantasy really until around Stormblood.
Yeah.
So I raid logged a lot then, but I still kept in touch with the community and really paid attention to it because the Final Fantasy community is so amazing. It's really hard to get out of. Like, you don't want to get out of it.
Exactly. It's like we're all stuck here, man.
Here we are.
We're all trapped because we love each other. God damn it. Is that like what marriage is?
It's awful, man. Never get married to Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, yeah. And you're just like in this whole situation. It's like, oh, man, I could play these other games or I could go hang out with these people that I know. But see, that's the thing. I think a lot of people have to probably get into that concept, too. Just because you don't play this game 20 hours a week doesn't mean that you quit the game, right? If you're playing you're still there. It's still something that you do. You're still part of, like, hanging out with some of these friends. You could play other games with them, too. But you need to be happy.
Yeah.
If you're like not happy doing expert 20 times a day, then don't do an expert 20 times a day.
Yeah, well, I think that's one of the things that keeps me going is the fact that I have so many viewers to mix it up and do stuff with me and keep the conversation going. Because when I play Final Fantasy 14 for stream, I really don't pay too much attention to the game itself. So the game is just kind of a backdrop. So I can play it all the time on stream, because I'm still constantly having these conversations and not focusing entirely on the game. It's not just a monotonous grind for me.
Right.
Yeah.
So that being said, how many times are you like kind of in that situation and then you fuck up because you're streaming it and you're talking to streamers or people watching you stream?
Well, all I'll say is when I do raid runs, the trap parties might be caused by me sometimes. 100% have fucked up because I'm reading chat or something.
Yeah, yeah. Do you get any backlash ever from that, or people are like, oh, it's okay?
No, people, it becomes a joke. Like, people rag on me for it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Because I'm a huge shit talker. Like, I'm like, so recently, Sophie had created a stream team recently called the Aethernet, which is a positivity focused stream team for Final Fantasy XIV content creators.
Mm-hmm.
And she extended the invite to me, and I was like, yeah, I'll think about it. And the next day I was doing trap parties and shit talking out of my mind. And I was like, there's no team. I can't possibly subject them to that.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's a fine line there. I mean, you could be a complete asshole, or you could be just a guy trying to laugh a little bit, right?
Exactly,
trying to get a chuckle, and people don't take that well sometimes. And...
yeah, because like I always have to reiterate that sometimes when I notice there's a lot of new people in the chat. Is like I have to reiterate, like, yes, I am shit talking out of my mind. No, I don't actually hate these people. It is all in jest. Like, like, because I've had situations where I get into a party finder group and somebody in the chat or somebody in the party says, hey Tate, I'm watching your stream right now, after I've shit talked them, and I'm just like, oh god.
Yeah, no, that happens a lot. Like I have people, like I used to, at least when I did a lot more streaming, because my internet's been crappy. I've cut out a little bit, but no, I would raid, and then I'd get in this party. I'm like, man, this pug, he's just bad. Like he just can't hold his stuff together. I don't know what he's doing. Like he can't hold enmity. He can't do anything. He's a piece of shit. And then he pops up in chat and like, oh, sorry, dude. You suck. And that's
you have to own it, man. Yeah. There's no other solution.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. The other part is like with PvP too. Like if you're doing that and you're streaming that and you're playing with people and you have people on your team that screw up, then you're just like, man, this guy is an idiot. He sucks. And he's like, man, you know what? You suck. In your chat, and you're like, all right, fair enough. I guess we both suck now, right?
Yeah.
Nice job. Have you done any PvP in this game yet? I'm guessing not.
A little bit. Like I don't get into it, but I've done Feast. I've done, PvP changed in Stormblood. I think the new PvP changes are really fun, the way the skills work and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not invested into it by any means.
Yeah, are you gonna do the siege mode stuff?
The new League of Legends game?
Yeah, the new League of Legends.
I love it. I'm actually super hyped for it. Two people in my static work for Riot, and I'm really excited to go. I want to go in it with them and see their reactions to it.
Oh my god, it's gonna be. You played Lords of Dominion, I'm assuming.
I did 2 rounds of the tutorial. I didn't even finish it, man. It was something.
It's there.
Yeah.
Luckily, this involves some PvP, so I think you're still using abilities to the people who actually do PvP and everything can be a little bit more familiar with it. But all right, let's ask one more question. Again, we want to kind of support you guys asking questions in here. This is going to be from Skylar14. How does Tate feel about the new Gpose feature in 4.2 Yoshi mentioned in the live letter with replaying battles?
I think that's incredible, because right now in my static, I'm the shadow play bitch. So anytime we wipe and no one knows why, I hit shadow play and I go back and look. But if we have a feature like that, that would be actually incredible. I think that is an awesome idea, especially. So here's the thing about World of Warcraft is World of Warcraft's raid scene is so much more popular because of amazing video creators in the World of Warcraft raiding community.
Mm-hmm.
And what this is going to do is this is going to enable raid playback to get cool angles and really cinematic shots of clears and stuff for world first groups. Mm-hmm. And I think it's going to raise interest a lot for raiding too. I'm actually beyond excited for it, especially as a video creator and a semi hardcore raider. I'm excited. I think it's awesome.
It looks like it's going to be pretty amazing. I mean, just thinking about that stuff. And like this game has done so much stuff, I think, for content creators recently. Like Gpose itself was amazing, right?
Yeah.
And so that's so crazy to think about it, because they implement these features, and after they do it, they've increased their advertising like completely. Like they don't have to pay somebody to run an ad. They just create Gpose.
Right, it's amazing. There's so many like cat girls sticking their butts out on Twitter, man. Yeah. My following list is just skyrocketing.
Guess what? You know who owns this website?
What website?
Right there. Click on that.
Catgirlbutts.com?
Click on it.
Hold on.
Click on that link.
Oh, I hate you. I feel so teased right now.
You should hate me. 100%.
The podcast is over. I'm leaving.
It's done. I got it. It's mine. No one else can take.
That's actually incredible. That is actually incredible.
So if there's anybody out there who's like looking, oh man, I wonder if I can get a website dedicated to cat girl butts, right there, straight to MogTalk.
Man, you might make a lot of money off of that one day. Somebody might want to buy the domain off of you.
Oh, I'm sure. Tot, when you're up and coming and you're ready to make that website, just let me know.
I got you, man. I'll give you $2.
Oh Jesus! I paid way more than $2 for that.
Oh yeah, one thing on the just to get back to the topic of Gpose stuff. I know a couple of people in this chat that are going to agree with me wholeheartedly. Gpose needs a new feature that it's absolutely crucial to making videos in Gpose. We need an option to make mouth movements in Gpose. Just like if they could repeat, they could be like short, medium, long mouth movements for Gpose. Because right now, what we have to do is we go in Gpose for really cinematic shots. We go in Gpose so that we can get really high quality, you know, the ambient occlusion and depth of field goes out and it looks really pretty, and we're doing our actions, and then it looks ass when we have to record mouth movements to sync up to talking because we can't do it in Gpose. So it goes from this beautiful shot to this completely stale shot.
Yeah.
So that needs to happen.
Have you submitted that to the team?
It's been submitted multiple times. There's a dev request thread on the official forums and everything. I might even quote it. I might even go in there and post and quote it and, you know, thumb up it and all this shit. It needs to happen so bad.
Yeah. No, that sounds like something that they will do. I know they'll do it
Eventually, I hope, but it can't come soon enough. It really can't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure you'll get a new haircut before that'll happen.
Oh, God bless. I need that.
Yeah, we need them. We need them. There is a question in here kind of related to all of that. Why the green hair from Live Long?
So back in Maple Story, when I was creating my character, obviously I had green hair back then as well. I was looking at all of my buddies, you know, we were all, you know, everybody was like making the most anime characters and stuff. And everybody had, you know, their own hair color that, you know, signified that, you know, my buddy had black, purple, blue, red. And I was like, nobody has green. So I was like, I'll be unique, sure. So I was the green one. And I mean, it's fine. It grew on me a lot. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's part of your personality now. It's who you are. It's
I'm a green bean.
Yeah, yeah. So now you're green. You're a calm person, right?
No.
You like nature?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd fuck a tree. I would.
Man, that sounds horrible. That sounds really bad.
It really builds character though. So
I mean, it toughen it up. I'm assuming.
I come out a stronger man because of it.
Oh, we're turning into a completely different show today. Thank you, Tot. You know, MogTalk's a respected show that talks about serious topics, and we talk about fucking trees right now, Tot. What are you doing? Nature. Come on, man. Jesus Christ here. All right. So, again, guys, if you want to ask questions, please throw those in there. God, we always get into these little weird conversations, and I have to go back and I have to look. I'm like, all right, where were we? What were we talking about here? All right. So now let's hit one of these questions about what you enjoy doing the most. Is it really streaming or making videos, or do you enjoy making highlight reels more? Do you making little kind of clips, the meme videos?
The highlight reels are probably my favorite.
Okay.
Because I put a lot of work into them. Like if you go back and watch the earlier like Final Fantasy 14 silliness, I put a lot of like dumb memes and editing into that shit, and it's just so much fun, and I love seeing the reactions of the people who watch it too. Yeah, no, I mean that a lot of people are doing that too, and I feel like that's a really good place to go because you get the content naturally. Yeah. And you just kind of, oh, this was a funny part. Let me amp it up, and you put it in the video, right? Yeah, exactly. And then you go back and you get kind of a little bit of a chuckle, being like, oh, I'm so glad that moment happened, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Feel good. So that's your go-to right now. If you had one thing and you could only make one type of video, would it be highlight reels? If I had to? Yeah, if you were forced to. Like I said, hey, Tot, your video
creation career is going to end unless if you pick one thing that you do for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I guess that would probably be it then.
Okay.
I'd be sad about it because I love making the skits here and there, but yeah, I'd probably do that.
Okay. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, we know what he really likes. He doesn't care about Twitch streaming. He doesn't care about... no, it's that.
Honestly, it's all on the back burner. It's highlight videos from here on out.
All right. Got it. Done.
Sorry to the 600 subs I got. You guys are fucked.
So, yeah, just screw it with 600. Whatever. I don't need them.
Mm-hmm.
They do nothing for me.
Except pay my bills.
Yeah.
And living.
Yeah, no, my landlord's a friendly guy. Again, I just took...
I'll be like, landlord, don't worry. I've got a highlight video coming out tomorrow. They'll be like, oh, Brent's taken care of, dude. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, he's going to get that $40 from YouTube. Okay, sorry.
Oh, that was too real, man. That hurt.
Okay,
so anyway, introducing my Patreon.
Yeah, introducing the Patreon. Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God.
Let's head back to the community a little bit because we did talk about you working with the community and it's great and wonderful. But let's what's the worst part of the community? Is there anything out there that you're just like, man, this sucks. I hate this about the community and they need to get their shit together. Is there anything like that?
Toxic rating.
Toxic rating?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's like super? There's no way to get rid of that though, right?
There's not because I mean there's a difference between toxic and really just like good players like telling the truth bluntly, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But there's really good raiders that they come off as assholes obviously, but what they're doing is actually talking the truth about the game and the community and stuff. But then there's the people who these toxic raiders are not endgame raiders. They're not people who complete content early. They're not great players. They're people who think that they're great players and then push that attitude onto other people. And that's why a lot of people think raiders in Final Fantasy 14 are all assholes, is because of these people who aren't actually good that push that attitude out and towards everyone else.
Right. That's extremely common actually. Like, there's difference in comments, like, when I'm raiding with someone, and they're like, hey, look, this mechanic, you're kind of messing it up here, you might want to fix it by this, and versus, like, I say something like, hey, I say that comment to someone, and their response is like, oh, this is from someone who can't do mechanics. I'm like, where's your basis? Like, what? Tell me what I messed up so you can... that I haven't admitted to. Yeah. You can correct me. Yeah.
I'm all about self-improvement as a raider. I always want to improve, get my DPS a little higher, do mechanics a little more smoothly. But someone's going to come in and see me fuck up a mechanic one time out of like a million times I've ever done it and be like, you're fucking garbage, dude. I could replace you in your stupid static.
Let me in his static. I'm better than this person.
Because I'll get into Party Finder with people like that. And, they'll talk like that. And I'll look up their name on good old fflogs.com and all they've got's grays all up the board.
Yeah.
For those who don't know what that means, grays are the lowest,
it's
lowest
a color.
Half of a percentile, basically.
Yeah.
They're not great. They're very bad.
Yeah. I mean, all right. So I will say I can accept grays on healers, but I want to,
I mean, on Frog, that's fine. That's absolutely.
Yeah. Because I feel like, if someone's going in there and they're just healing and that's all they're doing, they're too nervous to find a good place to DPS. They're always doing something though. They're always healing somewhere.
Well, that's the thing. Is I don't care about great players. If you're what that means is I don't care if you're good or bad at the game. It's if you're bad at the game and act like you're good and act like an asshole, I'm going to call you out on that shit. If you're bad at the game and you don't act like an asshole, I don't give a fuck, dude. You're enjoying the game. You're playing how you want to play. It's whatever.
Right.
That doesn't affect me at all.
Yeah. No, exactly.
It's all it really comes down is, just being elitist, basically, when there's no room to be elitist. Like, some people deserve to be elitist. You've got people who can act like that and they've earned that right. But most people who act like that are not by any means considered elite at all.
Right.
And that to me is probably the worst part of the community.
Okay. Well, let me reiterate, because we got some comments in chat about my comment. I said something here. I said grays were acceptable on healers, right? And what I mean by that is that it's going to be more common that you see a gray on healer and it not affect your your group as much as you see gray on other classes and jobs. And I may be completely, horribly wrong on this statement.
I mean,
but
it's not. I wouldn't consider, like, if you're in a hardcore prog group and you're really pushing it, you don't want to see your healers at great. But if you're in Party Finder and they're just healing and not DPSing a whole lot, like, and they're keeping your party alive, you're just trying to get the clear, then what the fuck ever, dude.
Yeah, because they can fulfill their purpose while still being gray, and you can clear the content. Right. They can do a lot more for your group, right? They can't. Well, okay, gray healers. Yeah, well, I mean, because so many people do no healing, right? That's how you get gray. It's because they don't throw out any DPS. They don't do it. They might, like, once or twice. And the people who do know how to throw out DPS are going to be much higher on there. And there's a large percentage.
Did you see the squadron healer DPSs? The AI healer does DPS when you take a squadron into your dungeon with you. That is amazing, dude. I love it.
It answers the question, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm
happy about that. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I think healers obviously should, they should work out as much DPS as they can, but on early prog, you want to find out where you fit your heals and then, like, learn where to DPS in between them.
Yeah.
On early prog, but I mean that goes for every class though, because on early prog everyone's gonna have lower percentile.
Yeah, they are. And I have shitty percentiles on my clears and everything else. And that's because I just don't think about that stuff, man. I think about, hey, how can I make this
casual?
I'm a casual. It's true. It is. And I feel so bad. You know what? To just go on that whole casual mentality too, I feel bad when good players join my party because I feel like they want to say things to me and say, man, you suck, but they're being really nice. and they don't go in there and tell me what I'm doing is stupid. And they kind of, sometimes I hear some walking on eggshells about why I'm doing the things I'm doing. And I feel really bad about it. I'm okay.
That was because I played tank for a few years, and I was always really afraid to step out of shield oath and shit like that. But it's like once I start clearing the fights, it's like start going into sort of a little more. I brought that up because Denmo was talking about that too in the chat. Mm-hmm. And I was in the exact same boat when I mained Paladin.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. It's hard to go from casual up to being hardcore and good at the game. It's a journey. It's
not that hard. All right.
Okay. All right.
You have to just,
because I definitely made a video saying if you want to get good at Final Fantasy, literally use Google. That's all it really takes. But like the practice takes time.
Perfecting it, going from like 50% to like 90% is not that difficult. Getting up to like the 99 percentile and like getting up to the really top part.
Really pushing that last 10 percentile.
That takes like working with players and understanding how the other players working and everything else. But there's so many people who have already beaten the path for you that you can follow.
Yeah. You can literally look them up and see what they're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it works out a lot better. I don't know. I'm just my casual mindset. I'm a little bit more like, hey, can we get the clear Can this person fill what they need to do, fill their role, and make us go through this fight? Yeah, I'm okay with it, because there's so many shitty players out there. And just because they're a shitty player doesn't mean they're a bad person. It just means they're not that great, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Support the casuals.
Yeah, I love casuals.
Yeah, for sure.
If there weren't any casuals, who would join my dungeon run parties?
Exactly.
Who would want to run Palace of the Dead with me?
Right. All right.
I'm super casual at it. I'm not casual 2 hours out of the week. That's it. For the 2 hours out of the week that I'm doing my savage clears, I'm not casual, or I'm not super casual when I'm doing my raid streams on my alt and stuff. But every other moment, I do not give a shit.
Yeah. I feel like we gotta get off the topic though, because this isn't Golden Tot. This is rating discussion. Why are we having a rating discussion with two casuals sitting here to talking about content creation, and then we get into some rating conversation here?
My bad.
All right.
You guys are gonna find out how much I actually don't know about being good at this game.
I want to continue this conversation, but I'm gonna ask Buck to get together and make another Unchained and let me get on that show so I could continue the conversation there. For now, we're going back to cat girl butts, just like Adrian said here. All right. So, worst part of the community is a toxic rating. I'm glad we got that out of the way.
It was a very long discussion.
Yeah. Let's talk about your future a little bit here. So, going forward with content creation, What do you have in the pipeline? Do you have stuff that's like planned out? Do you have like this whole year of like, I'm gonna have this video here and here and here, or it's just like, hey,
God.
tell me.
I am the least prepared person you'll ever meet. I'm literally like, my whole lifestyle has just been go with the flow. And I mean, it works so far. I know it's gonna bite me in the ass one day. I need to plan a little bit, but it's been very much like today happened. Can't wait to see what tomorrow does. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's just kind of like sees what's happening today. You know, fucking carpe diem garbage. But just do what I can today and hope I can do better or the same tomorrow.
Okay. So you don't have anything in the pipeline. They're not expecting anything from you.
I just want to improve where my content is right now. You know, take what I have right now and just continue improving on it.
Are you going to do remakes?
Remakes?
Yeah.
Like
you prove upon it. Yeah, take an old video and just put sparkles in it.
Oh, that's a great
Re-release.
idea.
Yeah.
Absolutely. People won't hate that at all.
No, they think, oh, wow, sparkles. I remember this. It's nostalgic. Now it has sparkles, too. It's going to be great. They do that all the time, man.
I would never in my life say that.
There's always something in this pipeline. Ugh.
Gotta clean that out a little bit, buddy.
Yeah. Okay, so your whole... Basically, the center of everything you do right now is kind of around Final Fantasy XIV with sides of other things, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How long do you think that's going to go on? Are you ever going to like move on to like WoW 2, or are you going to move on to like some whatever game that comes out next?
See, the thing is, as long as Final Fantasy XIV continues growing, Final Fantasy XIV content will continue growing. Eventually, if that ever dies out, yeah, we're gonna have to find something else to do. Especially like a lot of big streamers will tell you, like, once there will be a point where you will reach the max amount of growth you can possibly reach in a certain community, and you will have to start branching out. I don't see myself near that point at all just yet. You know what I mean? So like Final Fantasy is going to remain my focus for the time being. And I've got variety stuff. So I do 4 hours of Final Fantasy. And then after that, I'll play some variety stuff. You know, I'll play some funny games here and there. I'll play some like PUBG, some random indie games. But you know, to grow a little bit in different communities. So it's, you know, it really depends on Final Fantasy at this point.
Okay. It depends on what they do and how they are. If they start to just like go in the garbage and it turns into a 1.0 situation, you might have to go into MapleStory again.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
The best game.
The best. Absolutely fantastic game.
I love that game, like no lie. I fucking adore MapleStory.
I played it for 2 minutes, man. I couldn't make sense of the background.
I played it for like 7 years, man. It was my life. And I still go back to it like every 6 months. I play it for a week at a time.
Wow, that sounds like how most people play Minecraft.
Yeah, pretty much. MapleStory is my Minecraft.
Yeah, no, like that game, I got into it. Kerr played it a lot when she was younger, and I tried to play it with her for a little bit, but I couldn't figure out where to go. I couldn't make sense, like between the background and where my character could go, and it all just melded together. I don't know if maybe my mind just got past that point in graphics or something. I just couldn't understand it anymore. But does that make sense? What I'm saying make sense?
No, yeah, no.
No. No. I don't know. That's how it felt. It was odd. Like I played.
So was it like the kind of situation where it didn't give you an immediate goal, so you couldn't really make one?
No, like I literally moving my character. I didn't know where I could move my character to. Because like, but there's like platforms, right? It's a 2D platform, right? And so
I guess.
So like, there's platforms you'd have to jump to, and like I didn't know. I don't know. It just didn't make sense. 2D MMOs don't make sense to me, man.
Oh, okay. God, you lost. I thought you were talking about Minecraft.
No, MapleStory.
Oh, geez. I was so confused. I was like, Minecraft's not 2D. I guess I'll just go with this. Like, okay.
How can I build off this in the conversation?
You go left or right, bro.
Left and right, up and down, man.
Sometimes it's got a little bit of verticality to it sometimes.
Yeah, and then like I couldn't figure out where in the up and down part I could actually go, and like I don't know. Maybe I just got tired of it quick.
Maybe it just wasn't your cup of tea, bro.
No, I like the shittier MMOs like RuneScape. And,
that was my shit when I was in middle school, dude. Oh,
yeah, man. Middle school, I'd get my friends together, and then we'd go play, and then I'd get in trouble for playing because I wasn't supposed to be on the internet.
Exactly. It's the best.
Yeah, all that good stuff. All right. Let's hit some more of these questions here. And again, if you guys have questions, feel free to ask them here. We're gonna hit probably we're gonna go through all of them right now.
All of them.
All of them. Every single one. This is from Irish Rager, Golden Tot. Where's the face cam at?
Yeah, you said his name and I knew exactly what you were about to ask. It's at the store. I've got to buy it really quick. I'll go get it really quick. I'll be right back.
All right, we'll pause the stream. Yeah, we'll hold tight here. Okay. All right, now just come back.
All right.
So
you should have done a thing where you like had the image of the cat boy slowly move to the right or something as I left. That would have been great.
Why are you telling me this stuff? Like, why don't you just type it to me, and then we could do the bit again.
So, all right. Hey, well, hang on. I'll type it to you now then.
All right, hold on. All right, type it to me. Okay. All right. Hey, where's your face cam at?
It's at the store. I'll go get it. Bye.
All right. And then
I'm back.
Okay. You came back. All right.
I'm sorry. That was really fast.
That was fast. You look the same. I guess that was a really good portrait.
Yeah. I told you it was I had them draw me in real life.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So, yeah. Sorry, I'm very stiff. The walk to the store was very tiring, and I have to relax now.
As long as you're smiling at me, that's all I need.
Of course, my friend.
That grin. Okay. So here's a question from Commonly Ben. You seem to be blowing up on Twitch as of recently due to September. Any big plans, projects in mind to keep the new subscribers?
Well, I'm doing a 24-hour stream today. As soon as this podcast is over, I'll be live on my channel playing a bunch of, we'll be doing Final Fantasy 14. We'll be doing other games. We've got Stick Fight the game. That's hilarious. People in tears laughing watching that the other day. It was amazing. Maybe some PUBG. Denmo wanted to play PUBG. I'll play that with him.
Okay.
Just a bunch of good stuff.
All right. We have actually the exact same question. How do you feel? Well, this is kind of similar, I guess, but not the same thing, actually. This is from Danny Bandicoot. How do you feel about the explosion of your Twitch channel in subs and support?
How do I feel about
emotionally?
It's unreal, dude. We got 100 subscribers on Twitch in the last week alone. Literally last Saturday and Sunday, I was we were doing 12-hour streams because we hit 500 subscribers. And we hit 600 yesterday. We're at 601 right now. And I'm like, how does this what did I do to deserve it? I don't understand. It's fucking insane. It's been incredible. It's also scary because I know in a month, those sub numbers, it's going to fluctuate really hard. So I got to prepare myself for when those numbers decide to plummet a little bit.
Right.
It's insane. My goal is when they start to plummet, my goal is to just remain above 500.
Okay.
That's a very, very, very solid number.
Right. No. For
it's
sure.
Incredible.
And I guess the other thing is, do you bribe them? Are you like, hey man, every time someone subs, every 100 people, I'll get a webcam and I'll uncover part of it?
No, the only thing I've ever promised is I'll do a long stream, I
a 24-hour stream. Yeah.
I'd do a 24-hour stream if we had 600 because I say these things and then I don't expect to actually hit the number is the thing. I said last week when we weren't at 500 on Saturday. We were actually celebrating 450 on Saturday last week. And I said, yeah, if we hit 500, I'll do another 12-hour stream tomorrow. And suddenly I get a wave of subscribers and we hit 500. And I'm like, oh.
All right. Well, I guess I got this in the pipeline now.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, you could also do I had this really good. Oh yeah, you could do a dye your hair green in real life.
I plan on doing that anyway before I even start webcamming.
Well, now make it a goal.
Make it a goal.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I guess.
Do you feel I guess with streaming, getting subs is one of the most important things, right? If you want to actually make it something serious.
Subs and donations.
Yeah, subs and donations, bits, all that good stuff. So, do you feel like you have to find ways to make people want to sub outside of them just wanting to sub? Give them incentives and stuff, or are you more oh, people are just going to sub?
I don't know. I really have no idea because I've never given any sort of incentive outside of I'll do a 24-hour stream, and that I feel that doesn't really reward anyone. You know what I mean? There's not there's nothing aside from the emotes and shit that you're getting for supporting me. So like, I'm glad at this point, 600 people have supported me just because they want to support me. Like that's that's incredible to me. It's mind blowing.
Right.
It's hard to grasp as a concept, but like, at some point, maybe I'll do like, I've done giveaways before. I've done like, giveaways for game keys and stuff. Maybe I'll do like, a giveaway that only subs can win and shit like that,
Okay.
It's the only thing I can super think of.
There's
stuff like Patreon where with each tier of Patreon, you reward them with something like, tier 1, you get to see the video a day early. Tier 2, you get in the credits and stuff like that. But Twitch doesn't really have anything like that. That's why we have our emotes and stuff.
Right. I mean, you could do stuff like that, but like I don't know. When I start thinking about that, I'm like, what can I really give that I feel like is actually a good reward, right? That doesn't financially crush me, and make it impossible for me. And so
exactly,
rewards are difficult for me, and I'm not like a creative person, so I can't like give away art or something.
Yeah.
So it's difficult. But all right. Here we go. We got another question. One's from Dimmo. If you had a normal career, meaning you never got into streaming, what would it have been?
I would have tried to get into a career path with either something artistic, whether it be like storyboard artist, animation for something, or I would have just tried to get into video editing as a career path for sure. Because it's like the skill that I've built over the last 10 years.
So something that you just feel familiar with, that'd be easy to kind of have a job with.
Exactly. Something I already know.
Yeah. That's how a lot of people are in the job store right now. It's just because it's so easy to just keep doing it. And it's difficult to start over. I mean, I'm in that situation, but
yeah.
Let's not get into my depressing life story here. Here we go. Dimmo asked me a question too. What's your favorite kind of cold drink from the gas station? All right, so if I've had a long day and I've been working really hard, honestly, grape Powerade is wonderful. That sounds boring, right? But if I want a cold drink, I go to it.
Anything that I expected at all.
From a gas station, right? And I'm just tired. I'm slightly dehydrated. Man, just a Powerade. Say I don't want water. Frosty is not you don't get that from a gas station, Denmo. You get that from Wendy's.
It depends on the gas station.
What gas station advertises they sell a Frosty? Isn't that like illegal?
Well, okay, I mean, like, I think he means like a freezy, like a slushy kind of thing.
A slushy? No, slushy kind of sucks, man. It tastes kind of weird.
Me personally, I always go for like the fountain colas or something, like a Sprite or something, like a Polar Pop.
Sprites can be good.
If you guys have like Circle K's where you're at, Polar Pops are god tier.
You know, I gotta say there is that one thing you get at movie theaters. What's an icy? Cherry icy. Those are pretty good. I can go with those. But I don't know. I like Frosties, man. I do. I think they're good, but I'd get that from Wendy's, man. I would. Although I like their green tea they're doing now too. I don't know. Okay. Here we go. This is from Brago. By the way, I'm just going to let you know that some of these names could be fake because they type in their names. So we could get some fake questions in here from fake people. I don't know yet. Gotcha. So if I say this is from Dimmo...
Are you saying that because there are probably some fake names in there?
It's possible. Someone in here might put their name in as a Dimmo, and it could be from someone else, and it might ask a lewd question, and Dimmo didn't really ask it. But I need to find a way to fix that. One day I will. But this is a simple question. When's your next bird farm 12-hour stream?
I already got them all.
Got them all.
We gotta get Danny his birds. We did 6 hours of Zervin because he kept losing the roll on the fucking Zervin bird. Oh my god. It was fun though. It was something to do. But we gotta I mean, I don't know. We might do like a free company night where we get everyone together, or not even free company, just viewers, where we make a party and anybody who needs birds will go from like Ravana, Bismarck up to like Sephiroth and Zervin and stuff. I'd be down for that. That'd be fun.
Okay. All the birds I got are just unintentional birds. So I can't spend 12 hours doing it. I can't. I get tired of it after like a few clears, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I feel it. I mean, if I'm doing it on my own, if I'm just like by myself, not streaming, not interacting with anybody, I can't grind anything. It's awful. It's monotonous.
Yeah. Okay, here's man, we've already answered this though. This is from Fake Name. How old are you anyway? 26, right?
Yep, I am 26. My birthday is in December.
You sound like you're 40.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's because every morning I wake up and I take a shot of scotch and smoke a cigar.
And do you put a bass filter on your mixer too? Is that the other part?
A little bit, yeah. I've got the lows turned up a little tiny bit.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe I need to start doing that too. Just crank that up.
It's nice.
It's nice, man. Yeah, you could.
I got mine up to about 60, I think.
I mean, like if you just sat there and you talked to me in an ERP kind of way for a little while, I'm pretty sure you could make money off of that.
Oh yeah, I would. Oh man, I should make a character on Balmung or like advertise like ERP with like voice. Just like
make Gil.
Oh man. Oh gosh, I'd be swimming in it. I'd own every large house in Shirogane.
Every single one. Oh, then that district doesn't even really exist, right?
Right, it's mine.
Oh, and here's a good follow-up question. I need to know is his name. Would you yank Tot's chain? Now, when he's saying your chain, what is he referencing? What do you think is actually being referenced there?
I think he might be referencing my wiener, dude. I think he might be asking if you touch my dong.
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know if I could, to be honest with you. I don't know what you look like.
You see me right there.
If you're that picture, I feel like I would get some paint on my hands.
A little bit.
Okay, I hope we satisfied everybody with that answer. And I am going to go to this next question. I don't know if this is like a meme or something. You can tell me if this is actually a dumb question. This is from Rodin K. What's 9 plus 10?
What's 9 plus 10?
Doesn't ring any bells. Not even a meme?
I don't even... I mean, it's 19, I guess. Like, I don't know what to answer.
All right. I'm gonna since that was a silly question, I'm gonna ask you or I'm gonna say it kind of a joke.
Why are people saying 21?
I don't know. I don't know what the meme's from. Apparently that's something out there.
What?
I don't know.
9 plus 10? Oh, it's a meme?
From what? What is that
it's a
from?
Classic meme? I'm looking it up right now. Hang on.
Yeah, find out for me. Because I feel like maybe I'm too old for this.
10?
Is that a video? It's a Vine. Okay. All right.
It's just like this little kid is like, "What? You stupid? What's 9 plus 10?" He's like, 21. Stupid. That's it. What the hell?
That sounds like a video you'd make.
Probably.
All right.
That's our next video. Denma, I'm gonna need you to help me record a video later, man.
No. Yeah. Okay. Here's a joke. How do you say? I'm gonna spell a word, and you're gonna tell me how to say it. All right. How do you spell? How do you say YES? And if you heard this joke, let me know.
YES?
Yeah. How do you say that?
How do I? The word yes?
Yes. Okay. So how do you? I'm gonna ask again. How do you say YES?
Yes.
All right. One more time. How do you say YES?
Yes.
How do you say EYES?
Eyes?
God damn it, you didn't fall for it. Okay.
Do people say like ES or
Yeah,
something?
they say ES. Yeah. It works
The only
sometimes.
reason I didn't fall for it is because I knew you were trying something. I probably would have.
You're too suspicious there.
Yeah.
Usually, I don't know. Some people will fall for it easier. If you try to make them a little bit worried, and so they try to like work around it instead of actually think about it. Yeah. Almost. All right. Not as funny of a joke. You should have failed it intentionally. Now you've messed up the entire show.
Yes, you got me.
Ah, what a loser.
Manslaughter. Oh shit.
Okay, wait a minute. Smart Assassin, can you obligatory sing swell, I'm sorry, and get it stuck in Frosty's head? Is that something you do?
Yeah, so one of my favorite songs, I sing it constantly on my stream and everybody gets it stuck in their head. And I'm not gonna subject you to it. It's all good, man.
Okay. Good.
Don't worry. You can look up the song. It's pretty chill. I don't know what kind of music you're into, but it's like a, it's like a lo-fi hip hop sort of thing.
I love lo-fi hip hop. That is my background music the entire time I stream.
Well, there you go. Check out Swell I'm Sorry featuring Shiloh. It's really good.
All right. I'm going to check it out right after this stream then. Done.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Demo, just to respond to that, it's a joke if it's funny, so it wasn't a joke. Okay, into that one. Smooth Shake. To both of you, what is one race you really want to see in Final Fantasy XIV, whether it's playable or not?
Well, we just got the that race from the trailer.
Oh, that race no one really cares about? Yeah, that stupid race. Starts with like a B or something.
Like the Benga or something.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
Them. They're awesome.
I was being sarcastic, 100%.
The obvious answer is Vieira. I want Vieira so bad. They're great.
So every game that I've ever played, ever since I played...
Do you like the Utes or whatever they're called from Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles?
They've
got a couple of races. They've got like Ute and Selkie.
I don't know what those... I never played Crystal Chronicles, so I don't actually know.
Oh, it's so good.
But getting back to that, Chrono Cross. Ever since I played that game, I've always wanted to play a character that was a frog. Ever since I played.
Oh, yeah? Just like straight up a frog guy.
Yeah, Frog Knight, dude. He is absolutely amazing, and I would switch my character 100% today if I had that as a playable race in the game.
I can't say I agree with you on that one. I mean, it'd be cool to see in the game. I wouldn't play it though.
Hopping around, fucking, you press the jump button, you bounce up with your back legs, and then you, oh my god.
In Final Fantasy 14?
Chrono Trigger. Sorry, not Chrono Cross. Yeah, in 14.
Goddamn fool.
Jesus, man. Thank you for correcting me on that. I was thinking Chrono Cross because I love that game too. I actually played Cross before Trigger. Have you ever played those games, Tot?
Yeah, I mean, it's been years. I don't really remember them too well, but I played them when I was a kid.
Beautiful games. Those are some of the ones that Square Enix, I wish it would have taken off like Final Fantasy did, almost in a way.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so let's see. Astro Boy, could you, in your smoothest voice, ask Bok Choy nicely to start streaming again and perhaps do a stream where you do some parties with him? Do you know who Bok Choy is?
I don't. I'm sorry.
Bok Choy is one of the most amazing people I have ever met in this game. I've had him on the show a few times. He is a very skilled and articulate Final Fantasy XIV player. He plays Astro. He doesn't, get into this whole huge elitist kind of situation to where he always follows whatever the meta is. He follows whatever he thinks is best in the game.
That sounds a lot like my raid leader. One of my buddies, BK, Elam Shoal on Leviathan, is probably the best player I've ever met in my life. He is very, very good, very articulate. I mean, he's on the balance team for League of Legends now. So he knows what the fuck he's talking about when it comes to that kind of thing. And anytime he says something, I'm immediately just like, yeah, he's probably right. And he always ends up being right. Like when Samurai first came out, he was on the math for it. He immediately did math and figured out that skill speed was god tier before like anybody else did. And he didn't release the information at all. He was just a really, really good player. And I've always looked up to him for that.
Well, see, the difference is Bok Choy would have made a Reddit post very detailed and very straightforward and told everybody about it and made sure that it was well known.
That's the difference, is that my friend hates Reddit. He despises it.
And there's reasons to hate it and love it at the same time. But all right. Enough of my Bok Choy love there. Let's did you want to do that? Ask him to start streaming again?
Sure.
All right.
What exactly am I going to say here? Just
say, Bok Choy, will you please come back and start streaming again? I would love it if you could do some traps with me in my trap.
Bok Choy, please come back to streaming. I would love it if you'd be my trap.
That's perfect. There you go. Done. All right, we filled that request. Yeah, he doesn't. I don't think he has a sub anymore. Sadly enough, but one day maybe he'll do it.
What's your PayPal, bro? I got you.
There you go. Sponsored Bach. Bach is sponsored to play the game now. Pirate King, if you are traveling at 80 miles per hour, how long does it take to travel 80 miles?
God damn it. Somebody asked me that the other day. I did not fall for that either.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, stream is doing real crap real quick. Hold on. I see the huge hit to upload. Perfect question to get the huge hit on the upload.
Hang on, I know how to fix it.
Oh, the chip bags. I wish. No, it's still going down.
Come on, stream.
I'll refresh same time.
Oh no.
Like, you know how you use OBS?
Yeah.
You know how it tells you how many kilobits per second it's doing?
Yeah.
Every time it does this, it shoots back up to like 10 to 12K kilobits.
Because it's trying to catch up with itself, yeah.
Yeah.
So it tries to like go into overdrive and shit like that.
And then it goes right back. Yeah, it worked. It fixed it, guys. Just to let you know, it's back and going. So perfect. And the back crunching. I'm sure that did it.
That was really the good thing that happened there. I'm good at words.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else heard the back crunching though. Can you do it again?
I'm sorry. Oh yeah. Hang on. This is for you guys. This is for the stream coming back, baby.
Oh, perfect. Smitty here has a question for you. Is it worth playing Final Fantasy 14 but play on the weekends, or is it a waste of cash?
How many hours can you put in on the weekend?
Yeah, I mean,
if you have fun, it's not a waste of money, right? Like,
right.
If you're enjoying the game, like if you're having fun and enjoying yourself, I don't think anything is a waste of money as long as you get enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. If you're paying money and you're like, hey man, I can only play like 3 hours a month, but those 3 hours are like the best 3 hours ever, and you paid $15 to have a really great 3 hours a month, then fuck it, why not? That's all your money, what you do, and how you make yourself happy.
You have the expendable money, man, but if you're hurting for it, I don't know about that. But
well, I mean, those are life decisions, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
do I want food this month, or do I want Final Fantasy 14?
You might have more fun enjoying food than you or having a place to live. But yeah. Usually, the thing is, a sub doesn't cost a lot of money, man. You can go to like a Wendy's drive-thru. This stream's sponsored by Wendy's now, by the way.
Hell yeah, I love Wendy's.
If you go to one of their drive-thru, you look at the bottom, you look at all the change that's been dropped under that window. You could pick up enough to pay for your sub for a month.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's not that bad, guys. Godbert Mandeville, Frosty and Tot, what's your favorite NPC in Final Fantasy 14? All right, tell me what yours is, dude.
I don't really know. I don't really think about that kind of thing too often.
Oh, okay. You don't have like a favorite? You're like, man, this character stands out the most to me. I like this character a lot.
The mini cactpot dealer. That's the one I interact with the most.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, like I'm just saying, man. They know how to really get me. They fuck me every day. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, that's a good relationship then.
Yeah, buddy.
So Gwyn Waltz, is that how you say his name? The big guy with the hammer that has the sad fate throughout the storyline.
Oh, I love him. Yeah,
he is literally my favorite character in this game.
I love him. He's fantastic.
There's no better character. I felt compassion for him, and I was like, man, this doesn't feel good when that whole scene was happening where he's having his downfall, all that good stuff. Spoilers, guys. But like, he made me happy. I was like, this character is so like just goofy.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't like not enjoy his presence.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
Even with the Robon stuff that was going on. The cutscene of all my name days at once.
Oh, buddy.
Did
you get stuck in that back in the day?
Oh yeah.
I don't know how, but I managed to make it past it in about an hour. I got real lucky.
That is amazing. It took me 3 days. So screw you.
I have like a Twitch clip of me like screaming when I finally got in.
Oh, just
back in the day, all those years ago.
So long ago, man. All right, this is our last question, and then we'll wrap it up here. A fanboy, he asked, has anyone told you that you sound like an energetic Dyrus? Dyrus?
Dyrus?
LOL streamer?
Yeah, I love Dyrus. He's amazing. I used to make fun of him all the time because he's super cool and chill, but he's so chill all the time. And every time something funny happens, he always has the same laugh, and it's just like every fucking time. It's so funny. I love him. I don't like League of Legends at all, but I'll watch some Dyrus. He's great.
That's amazing, dude. I love cool, chill people. They're great. No, but that sounded like he was on drugs. Is that literally how he sounds?
He's like, he always sounds like he's on some sort of like fucking just like he smoked like a pound of weed before streaming or something.
Oh,
it's fantastic.
That sounds absolutely fantastic. All right. I think we're at the point where we need to start wrapping up. It's been 2 hours, man.
It has. We didn't end in 30 minutes. It's great.
Yeah, you weren't completely boring and horrible. Great. You survived.
I did it.
Yeah.
And now I got to do it for an. Can these 2 hours count towards my 24-hour stream?
That's what I was going to ask you. You're now going to do a 26-hour stream?
So here's what'll happen is we're going to get to 22 hours and I'm going to see how I feel.
Okay. And then you'll just
awful.
Yeah, and then you'll say, "Hey, yeah, no, those 2 hours counted towards it." So, and then you'll just end it and be done.
Mm-hmm.
Fun enough. Fun enough. I don't know why I said fun enough. I sound like you making up a stupid idiom or something. I don't know.
It's been 2 hours and I'm already rubbing off my fucking my dumbacy.
Rubbing off. Oh my god, the theme of this.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, I want to ask you a question. I'll try to ask this of all the people who are content creators. Do you have any advice for other people who are discouraged and struggling with their content creation?
Yeah. Actually, one thing I did that really, really amped up what I'm doing is if you've been sticking to something and that you see that it's not working and that you're not seeing any growth, don't be afraid to try new things. Change up what you're doing. Like, go out of your way to really. Like,
hold on.
Uh-huh.
You're saying this really good thing, and then the stream just kind of cut right there.
And honestly, just uninstall Final Fantasy 14. Stop even trying.
Don't even give up immediately. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Hold tight. 1 sec. Let it come back. We are just going to talk about you behind your back while we wait. Okay, I did the big catch-up thing. It might be back now. Refresh now. Okay, let's rewind it real quick. For everyone who's listening to this while not being interrupted, I'm so sorry. Like on the VOD and watching this or listening to this on a podcast here. All right, again, advice for those who are discouraged and struggling with their content creation. Go.
Quit.
Quit.
No.
Stop playing.
No. Okay. So here, I was gonna say what I was saying was, here's exactly what I did when I first started streaming Final Fantasy 14. I was having trouble getting my viewership up, and I looked at a lot of other big content creators. I looked up like not even Final Fantasy 14 series, like people who get thousands and thousands of viewers, and they all have advice to offer. If you just look up on YouTube, they all have advice. And one of the biggest things is, if something's not working for you, change it. Like if you're noticing that your viewership is not increasing and you're doing the same thing every day, do something new. Like, really don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone and really just try new things with your stream and see what sticks and see what gets people like coming into your videos or coming into your streams and stuff. Like, I'm sure every other piece of advice I could like, keep at it, like keep up the work, eventually it'll happen, because that's not always true. It's really not. Like, if you do the same thing and that one thing is not bringing you viewers and you do it for a year, you're going to have 2 viewers for the whole year. So really just don't try. Don't be afraid to try new. Don't try. Don't be afraid to try new things and really like just change your stream around and see what happens. Change your videos up a little bit. See if you get more viewers.
Yeah,
stuff like that. That's it.
Exactly. And you could also become a YouTuber and put up meme videos, right?
Oh yeah, that's always a big one.
Yeah. But make sure they're funny. Don't be stupid.
Don't make it like 9 plus 10 or some shit.
9 plus 10. 21. What an idiot.
Yeah, Denmo, I need to record that video with you later, man.
Yeah, Demo, we've created something here on this stream that is going to happen soon, so make sure that you get back in touch with him. Okay, all right. Well, do you want to do any closing comments here? Do you want to do anything like a shout out? Do you want to say anything positive to the community? Do you want to put your heart out there? What do you want to say?
I think I've already said a lot of positive things about the community. I love them. They're fucking great. Thank you guys. Anyone who knows who I am or comes into my stream or watches my videos, thank you guys for the support. And Frosty, thank you for having me on the podcast. It was really fun.
Yeah.
This is the first like Final Fantasy oriented podcast I've ever been on, so it's been really cool.
Well, I hope it was fun.
Yeah, hopefully next time if I get on again, I'll have like a webcam.
Oh, you're not coming on again.
I was gonna say I'm never gonna come on again, but I'm glad we actually agree on that in front of the audience.
No, get your webcam. We'll get everybody on here. We'll get all the content creators, and we'll do a big show.
Oh, that would be fucking awesome.
And we'll make content at the same time. All right.
Okay, that's a little.
A
little bit much. I've only got so much time in the day, man.
All right. Well, guys. Please, I'll do a host on you. Are you gonna stream like right after we're done? Like,
I'm gonna make some food.
Okay.
But if you guys want to check me out on Twitter, same name @GoldenTot. I'll be posting when I go live.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take like an hour, make some food, and just get into it.
Okay. Then I probably need to host somebody else. In that meantime, then.
Yeah, I think Drac just went live.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Did he? I mean, who's Drac again?
He's a really new up and coming streamer.
Oh, okay.
Pretty cool guy. He's got some alright content. He has this like raid group. I think honestly the only reason he gets views is because the 7 other people in his raid group are funny, not him.
Oh, okay.
Very low DPS, so yeah.
All right, we'll send a host to him after we're done here.
Just a pity host, if anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Just disclaimer: I love Drac. He's amazing.
He's wonderful. I do need to go get coffee with him sometime or something because he's not too far away from me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Nice.
But anyways, thank you, Tot, for coming on the show. I appreciate it. This was a blast. I hope to do more of these shows. And it's always a scary thought, man. When I get someone on the show, I'm like, man, am I going to be able to talk to this guy, or is he going to be just boring and crap? And I think that you did okay.
Appreciate it. I'm glad it wasn't an absolute snore fest.
Yeah, you gave me a nice, fun afternoon here. So again,
nice fun evening after the stream goes offline.
Oh yeah, true. I'm not going to record that part though, guys.
It's on a different website entirely, guys.
Yeah,
you have to go to catgirlbutts.com to see it.
Yeah, catgirlbutts.com, then you can see it. Anyways, thank you again. Thank you everybody who watched the show today. You guys have been absolutely amazing in the chat. Thank you for all the mods out there who had to do absolutely nothing because all the viewers were too good. We didn't have any problems out there. Thank you very much for Blizzana for doing the artwork for the layout that you see on the show here. Thank you very much, Andre Kane, for letting me use his cover of the Final Fantasy VII battle music for the intro and the closing of this show. We're going to roll through the credits real quick, and then we'll do a host here in just a minute to go out to Drac, and then make sure you guys watch Golden Tot here in the next hour or so with his 24-hour stream. If you miss it, then I don't even know why you're watching this in the first place. And you have to watch all 24 hours, right? Right, Todd?
Oh, yeah,
if you're going to be there. Yeah.
Like, why would I stream for 24 hours if somebody's not going to watch the full 24? Like,
yeah. I mean, everybody demanded it. Yeah. Oh, do a 24-hour stream. Well, if you said something about it, you better be awake for the next 24 hours. It's the weekend, guys.
Yep.
Anyways, guys, be good, keep cool, and I guess stay frosty, right? Ha ha. Woo! Say bye.
Stay golden, guys.
Oh, I could do something lewd.
Guns, but I guess my webcam lagged and didn't pick it up.